It is always a pleasure to greet you. Today, with one of those videos that we like so much, videos oriented to privacy. So, we have talked a lot about this topic on several occasions. We have talked, for example, about the browsers that protect your privacy. As for example, the browser, Brave, which we have already mentioned, the brave.com. We have also talked about the browser. Well, I don't think I mentioned this one. The Mulvad has VPN and it has a browser. The Mulvad is a specifically privacy-oriented browser, and it also has a VPN. I haven't tried the VPN. The browser is interesting. But today we're going to talk about how to robust Firefox to improve your privacy level. Because let's remember that when we visit a website, and more, you generate a traceability. If you want to see what traceability it generates, well, you can take a look at Central Ops, for example. We have already mentioned it several times, Central Ops, and you can see, for example, Browser Mirror, and you will see information of what they are releasing. This is a small part of what we are releasing, but then there are many more things that we are releasing when the browser is not hardened. So we're going to protect our Firefox. It's a pretty simple configuration that we're going to do. We're going to do it all from the Settings tab. We're going to show it here. Here I hope you can see my mouse pointer. There where I have my mouse pointer here. There you can see it. So we're going to click and we're going to go to Settings. Well, Settings, I have it in English. You have to look for Settings. So they're very simple things that you're going to look for. You can search, for example, in English. It is called Suggestions. That is, suggestion. Search for search suggestions. So one of the things that we are going to do is to remove the search suggestions, okay? You're going to tell it not to give us search suggestions from Firefox. That's the first thing we're going to do. Obviously, we're not going to choose sponsor suggestions or anything like that. That's not in here. Yeah, done. Perfect. First point. First thing we're going to do. Now, we're going to go to the part of, I've got my list here, the tracking. We're going to do tracking. We're going to look for the word tracking. Here it is. Normally, Firefox already protects you by default from tracking, which is what I was showing you with Central Ops. Well, one of the things we're going to do is change it to strict. Tracking protection. We're going to make it strict, where gives us better protection. Some sites may have their content corrupted. They may look weird, but you're going to protect yourself better. You're going to increase your privacy. So let's select a strict tracking protection. Strict, ready, perfect. You have the possibility to configure the navigation for other sites in a manual way. Let's say when you are navigating a site, you can manage it manually. Well, ready. Let's look for cookies now. Cookies. Then here at the bottom, look, you have cookies and site data. Then we're going to say, you can say delete cookies and site data. When Firefox closes, what happens here? That it will delete. For example, if you have set passwords, if you have set registration information on a site, etc., that's going to be deleted. So keep in mind if you want to delete it or not. You see? So I'm going to tell it here to delete it. That is why it is better to use a password manager to store passwords such as LastPass. For example, remember that I had already told you about the LastPass. Someone will suddenly tell me that they were hacked. They did not steal people's passwords. They had a problem. But really, if you notice, let's see if they have said anything else about the hacking of LastPass. That was last year. Blah, 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 blah. This was in March 3rd of last year, is the latest. See news. And some experts say that are trying to break the stolen passwords, but so far, no more news. Okay? Well, it's up to you if you use LastPass or not. It has worked fine for me. There are some other managers like KeePass. If you don't like LastPass, you can put, well, I'm missing an S, KeePass, also is another alternative or LastPass. Sorry, One pass. Well, if you write like that, one pass. You can also use one pass. Now certain anti-malware, use password managers such as Kaspersky. There are many that use password managers. It is up to you which one you use. Well, we are back here. I am going to tell it to delete cookies and site data when Firefox closes. You see? And so, we are not storing cookies of any kind. Ready. What else are we going to do? We're going to tell it. We are going to remove all the part of the technical data that would send telemetry to Firefox. Then, let me validate if there is here. Already this part was removed. Not here. Here. Allow Firefox to send technical interaction data to Mozilla. This part of the technical data, this part of telemetry we're going to remove. I'm going to tell it not to allow Firefox to send technical data and not to allow Firefox to install or run any kind of study in our machine. Okay? Obviously, in Spanish, your options will probably be different. I hope you're not going to have a problem with it, but I prefer to navigate in English for many reasons, for the tools that I can get, etc. So I have it in English, but in the end, basically, you will find the options in the same places. Ready? Are we going to select safe mode for HTTP's connection? Only. Look at it. Here it is. I'm going to tell it to enable it in all windows. Why? What this does is basically always force the connection in a secure way to any site that you're going to visit. So you are always going to use HTTPs. If there is a certificate available, it's going to be used. It's basically that, to encrypt the traffic. That is, we are going to set the DNS now. We're going to use a secure DNS over HTTPs. Look, you find the options immediately. I just wrote DNS, and that's it. Then look, by default comes low protection. We are going to tell it max protection. Max protection. And we can choose as DNS provider. It can be Cloudflare or NextDNS. I like Cloudflare. We can do it with Cloudflare. You can do it. Ready, that's it. Let's choose. In the part of synchronization. It's your decision if you want to synchronize your Firefox with other devices. I mean, you can use Firefox in your computer, in your tablet, etc. And if you activate the sync, then in all devices, you will have the history of the searches you have done. Is your decision. I do not have it enabled. Those are the options that you can quickly enable to improve. Let's say your security. Obviously, when you close it, you're going to notice certain changes. I'm already done, and I'm going to close the Firefox. Or, well, I can browse another page here if I go, for example, to the weather newspaper or something like that. So let's see how it looks. I see it. Well, look, there it is. Fine. Allows the translation. I'm going to say cancel it. Ready. So look at it. I see it perfectly well. The page, see? Then you will have no problem. And this way you will improve your privacy level a lot. If you like, let me know in the comments that you want me to show you how to improve. Another browser like Brave or similar if you want to harden Brave. Okay? Well, I hope you liked it. A very short video. Not to bore you. As always, take care. Learn everything you can. See you in the next video.